Hi guys and welcome. It's a beautiful day today. Sun is shining, weather is sweet. It makes you want to move your dancing feet. It's a song from Finley Quaid. Brilliant track. Today's a beautiful day because I've been contemplating over the past week with regards to relationships. It's a very, very interesting topic that I'm taking along with me to the membership site where I'm doing some really in-depth talks and videos regarding relationships and the true meaning of relationships. And we're gonna delve very deep into the mindset of how we believe relationships should be, or how we should behave in relationships. It's funny because relationships are always based on a reflection of our weaknesses. Think about that. You see, what we tend to do most of the time is we tend to judge our partners by our fears. And a lot of the times I noticed over the 13 years of reading for people and helping them along a journey of life to come to terms with the relationships is that the bigger picture is always something that we can't really change, but we have to learn to accept certain things that happen along a journey of life, regardless of whether it's a relationship or whatever we do in our life. That bigger picture will always remain part of our destiny. So how we behave, how we react, how we learn, how we grow is all dependent on our acceptance of any given situation at any given moment. Of course, there's this path of ours of what we call learning, and to learn we have to understand not only about our partners and relationships, but about ourselves more than anything. When we truly learn about ourselves and we truly understand why we react to certain things, why we emotions which are jealous, fear, anger, sadness, all of these things within a relationship, we start to realize that what we pump out, what we give, what we share is always those fears and reflections of what we fear and feel. How do I put this in English? How do I put it right? One of the things that I have tried to help people with is this terrible guilt burden when they believed that their values were to be with somebody for the rest of their life, to have children with them, to live with them and to be faithful and all this. And all of a sudden, as life would take you, things change, things happen. And like I said, this is the bigger picture, which I'll talk to you about on the membership site. But the thing with it, I see, is that you're battling with this, what's called change, which was inevitable and will happen in your life, regardless of what you do. The change is always there. It's always happening. And there's one of two things we do. We tend to either fight with it or we just go with it. So you can make a commitment to somebody, which is lovely, but I always think it's very dangerous because deep within all of us, we don't truly understand the bigger picture. We think we're awake, but we're not. We don't really, truly know our destiny. We know that we can pray for a beautiful destiny and we can hope that things go well and we can work on ourselves daily to create a lovely destiny. But the bigger picture is, what did we set out for ourselves before we came here? What did we ask for before we came here? What did we want to experience before we came here? So ultimately, we're all saying, I want an easy life, I want a holiday life, I want everything to be perfect. But the bottom line is, who do you know that who has that kind of life? You might hear people, celebrities and these so-called people who talk to you about, listen to me, I know what the perfect life is because I lead it. Well, trust me, they don't. I can tell you that as a fact. It's all BS. That's the truth. They're only selling you something. That's the bottom line. And how do I know? Because I've read for many of these people who are world famous, and they're, this life coach guru, this, look, they're just like you and me. They fall, they make mistakes, they're even more sensitive than you and I. Trust me, there isn't such thing as a perfect life. You can pray as much as you want, and you can have a great journey at certain parts of your circle of life. And there are many circles, so you can go through a circle of 1 or 2 years of things going wonderful, and then inevitably something is not going to be so wonderful. It's part of the journey, yin and yang, positive, negative, light and dark. So the journey that you have ultimately is, in my humble opinion, is, you know what? I pray for love and happiness and as much peace in my life, but I'm not stupid. I'm aware that things can happen. I can lose family members. My children can get ill or poorly, or anything could happen at any given moment. Therefore, I am aware at any given moment that life isn't all about perfection, isn't all about, it will be miraculous every day and your life is perfect and wonderful. No, I know that there's mountains and there's valleys and there's streams and there's tornadoes and God knows what. It's all part of the journey. So when I make a commitment going back to a relationship, now after having relationships and being in and out of those relationships and saying thank you for them because they were wonderful for my growth of life and to experience certain things with each person that I've been with, I realize that these commitments that we so often expect from others, because when you're giving a commitment to somebody, there's a bit of reverse psychology there. Hey, I'm giving you this commitment, so you better give it me back. I've seen it. I know how it works. Okay, I'm okay now. I'm comfortable because they've told me that they're going to be with me for the rest of my life. They don't know whether they're going to be. They might try their best to be with you, but the bigger picture is we don't truly know. And you might look at me and say, Mark, that's been very skeptical. That's been, that's not very nice. But the bottom line is, I think my message about relationships to this day right now is what I've experienced through my clients, through breakups of many thousands of people that I've seen, is that ultimately the most simplest way that I have found by peace within a relationship now, within a new relationship, is that what I can offer the person that I am with and love at that given moment is my love at that given moment. And if I wake up happy the following day, I will be in love and share that love. But I am also aware that things can change at any given moment. Not that I'm looking for change or I want change, but I am aware that things change. Therefore, ultimately, if I find love with somebody and I feel that love, I'm going to rejoice and I'm going to embrace that love every day as if it's the last day I have with them, because I don't know what's going to happen. But you know what? I would rather live like that than be in this contemplation of saying, you know what, this is it forever, she's mine or he's mine, and that's it, and we're together forever. You know what? No, because that does one of two things. One, you become so complacent and it's there that you don't really see the beauty in that anymore, and before you know it, you're taking the relationship for granted. Vice versa, both of you. Whereas if you see life like, for me now, it's like a handfast. I'd like to take the person that I love's hand and wrap a beautiful silk bow around it and give my love that day and say, I'm going to love you today. That's my commitment. And that means that I have great respect for the relationship at that given moment. And I do not take anything for granted. Because what I'm not trying to tell you is, oh, for God's sake, it's all going to go wrong. It's all going to go wrong because life changes and you're not going to be with them forever. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that if you enter into a relationship with somebody, it is far greater and more powerful and more beautiful if you give your love to that person with full respect in that day and tell them that how much you love them and appreciate them and feel blessed to be with them every single day of your life, because you now know that life always changes. We don't truly know how long we have with each other, what that commitment was before we came into this world to say, look, I'm going to be with you at this certain point and I'm going to learn so much from you and you're going to learn so much from me. And then at that point, it's time for us to go and learn from somebody else or do something else or be on the next path. And that is how I see relationship now, how I see the simplicity, the beauty, the power, and the divinity in that. So I have utmost respect for when I'm with somebody, if I'm to be with somebody. So my commitment isn't forever, isn't a seahorse, and I'm going to be with you forever now. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do my best. I'm going to respect you every day that I can. And I am not going to say, you own me, I own you. I'm going to say, you are your own power, you are your own strength, you have your life, I have my life, we have our life, we respect each other, we give each other the space and the love to be able to grow, to share, to meet new people, to develop our own spiritual path. So then we come together whenever and rejoice in that and appreciate each other. There are so many relationships that get stagnant because they think, well, that's it now. We're together. That's it. What now? You know? And for me, it's a slippery slope because I see this stagnant relationship energy where one person is sat by a telly watching it and the other person's saying, this isn't what I wanted in the relationship. But hang on a minute, I made a commitment and said, I'll be with you for better, for worse. What? No, you're with somebody because you both made a commitment because you loved each other at that moment and you wanted to share in that love until the point where something has changed. And that change is, look, I respect you for what's happening in your life and where you're going. And because you're sat down on whatever, maybe the Xbox or watching X Factor, and I want to, expand my life and I want to travel to another country or learn a course or do something wonderful. C'est la vie. It is life. Nobody said in any textbook or spiritual teaching that what you have to do is make a commitment to your partner for the rest of your life. If that partner changes the way they are and becomes hostile, violent, lazy, unrespectful, is there such a word, disrespectful, blah, blah, you have the right to say this isn't right. And you know what? The bigger picture is, not because of what you're doing and who you are, is the bigger picture maybe is that it's our time to say goodbye and we've learned from one another. And actually, maybe the one reason that we're together and the reason why you're acting the way you are is for me to become stronger than me worrying about what you think and what you're doing. And I need to be me and focus on me now and become my own strength and not let this relationship cause me pain and suffering. So you see, there are so many different aspects of why we're together and our time to say goodbye and move forward. And yet the guilt of how we feel about that given relationship because of our belief system or commitment that we have to be this person or else we're not a good person is utter nonsense and old-fashioned in my opinion. Modern day relationships should be this: respectful for each other's path and journey, to shine a light for each other and help each other grow without jealousy, without bitterness, without pulling each other down, but to support each other, encourage each other on along a journey of life, that we are separate individuals and that we respect each other's energy, each other's space, and we love each other in the way that we allow each other to grow rather than suppress, put them in the corner, tell them to get back in that cage, to overshadow them, to steal their power. That is where the issue lies. A true relationship should be two people who help each other shine beautifully and encourage each other along a journey, to be always there as a support system. So when you fall, I'm here to catch you, to be able to prop you up when you feel bad on a day, to be able to listen to you and want to help you along your journey without force, push, or telling you what you should and shouldn't do. So relationships are changing every day, and you ultimately are your own path and relationship. The ultimate relationship in your life is yourself. Because when you give that relationship away to somebody else and place the priority of your relationship within somebody else, that's where we go wrong. That is the biggest mistake any of us could do. And it is not selfish to take that back and walk your journey, because you are here to find your happiness and your power and to learn ultimately about this beautiful world that we live in, to experience it to the highest level we can, to be able to taste the fruits of everybody and everything around us without feeling guilty or bad because we're with a partner and they're not happy with what you feel like you should do with your life or where you should go with your life. If a partner feels bad about you and starts pulling you down because of their fears, that to me is a great powerful message that says that you have outgrown your partner, and that means that whatever you've learned from them was exactly what you needed to learn from them. Either one way that you've learned to say, actually, this isn't what I want, and that's what I learned from the relationship, which is a beautiful thing, and to say goodbye with love. Or you've learned many things from each other and you are grateful for it, but our time is now to go and I need to fly. So my dear friends, I'm going on a little bit too much, and as you can see, but this is kind of like where I'll be going on my brand new membership site that's coming out in the next few days. We're going to go really deep. This was just touching the surface of relationships, but we're going to go so deep, and I'm going to help you in many situations. I promise you, I have a lot of experience towards relationships, and I can see the bigger picture. A lot of the times where we are stuck and we don't know why these things have happened, I have, thousands of hours of experience now. So I can say, look, I've seen this, I felt this, I understand this because of my clients and because of what I've been through, and I'm going to be able to help you, I'm sure. If I'm not, I'll tell you I don't know. I'll hold my hands up and say I know nothing about this. But in general, I think I've read for so many thousands of people that I think I know quite a few things now, and that's not being big-headed at all, because when I know nothing, I'll say I don't know. But when I've experienced so many hours of working with people in relationships, 2 people at a time, one, it touches, you feel it, and then you can step back and see what's going on. And ultimately, the bottom line is life is really simple in relationships. It's just that we complicate them, trying to look for the answers in a one-way, horse blinkered way, when it isn't. It's never that. It's never as simple as what you think this is it. It's not. There's a much bigger, beautiful and more simple picture. So we complicate things as human nature. We complicate it because we think that if something's complicated, then it's worth worrying about and thinking about, and it must be a powerful thing. But when you can change a chip and it becomes extremely simple and you go boom, it hits you, oh my God, it's that simple. That's normally the truth. And then you're released, you're free from guilt and feeling bad or upset. You know what I mean? So, okay, Mr. Mark Bajerski's babbled on today. I love you all. I hope this message has touched somebody, because I don't know why I spoke about this, but obviously I flow and I just speak. I don't plan or prepare anything when I do these videos, as you know, so therefore it may mean something to one person today if they've watched this, and that, if it's you, then remember you're loved by the spirit world because they've led you here today to listen to your message. And remember, ultimately, my beautiful angel, you are more important than any relationship that you are in. You are here for you. You are here to learn, experience, grow, and meet many more beautiful people who are about to enter your life, because you decided to take your power back and walk this path and meet many new people, and to say goodbye to old beautiful relationships that were there for the right reasons to help you grow stronger, but now you're ready to fly again. And ultimately it will keep happening until the moment you realize that this journey of yours was prepared by yourself before you came here, and there is nothing wrong with what you're going through at all. It's merely a beautiful test for you to grow stronger than, and let go and have a happy life. So from my heart to yours, thanks guys. I hope to see you on the other side of markbajerski.com. and our brand new membership site. I'm looking forward to making some beautiful videos, as I'm already doing now, and we're nearly there, guys. I keep saying that, but we are. So get ready for a beautiful, beautiful journey together, that we can conquer our life and be stronger and happier for whatever comes in to our life. Catch this. Love you all. Bye.